Have you ever noticed how your mind can replay the same painful memory over and over again, even when you desperately want to move on? You lie awake at night, and suddenly there it is. That embarrassing moment from years ago. That conversation you wish you could redo. That person who hurt you. It feels like your brain is stuck on repeat, and no matter how hard you try to forget, the past keeps pulling you back. Why does this happen? Why is it so incredibly difficult to let go of things that are already over? The answer is not about willpower or positive thinking. It is about how your brain is wired. And once you understand this, everything changes. If you love learning how your mind really works, make sure to subscribe. We explore psychology you can actually use. Here is the truth that most people do not realize. Your brain is not designed to let go easily. In fact, your brain is designed to hold on. To understand why, we need to go back thousands of years. Imagine you are living in a dangerous world where threats are everywhere. A predator attacks you in a specific location. You barely escape. Now, what would be more useful for your survival? To forget that dangerous place and risk going back? Or to remember it vividly, to feel fear every time you think about it, so you never make that mistake again? Obviously, the second option keeps you alive. Your brain evolved to create strong emotional memories of negative experiences because those memories protected you. They kept you safe. They helped you survive. This is why your brain has a negativity bias. It is why one critical comment can ruin your entire day, even if you received 10 compliments. It is why you remember embarrassing moments from childhood, but forget hundreds of pleasant afternoons. Your brain is not broken. It is doing exactly what it was designed to do. It is trying to protect you by making sure you never forget what hurt you. But here is the problem. In the modern world, this survival mechanism backfires. You are no longer running from predators. The threats you face now are different. They are emotional, social, and psychological. Yet your brain still responds the same way. Someone rejects you, and your brain treats it like a life or death situation. You make a mistake at work, and your brain files it away as a critical threat to remember forever. You experience heartbreak, and your brain creates such a strong emotional memory that you feel the pain months or even years later. Your brain cannot tell the difference between a physical threat and an emotional one. To your brain, pain is pain, and pain must be remembered. This brings us to something fascinating. When you experience something painful, your brain does not just store it as a neutral fact. It stores it with emotion. It stores it with sensory details. It stores it with context. This is why certain songs can instantly bring back memories. This is why a specific smell can transport you to a moment from your past. Your brain has linked that experience to everything around it, creating what psychologists call an emotional memory network. And here is the key part. Every time you recall that painful memory, you are not just remembering it. You are actually reinforcing it. You are making it stronger. Think of it like this. Your brain is full of pathways, like trails in a forest. The more you walk down a specific trail, the clearer and more defined it becomes. The less you use a trail, the more it fades away, covered by grass and leaves. Your memories work the same way. Every time you replay that painful moment, you are walking down that trail again. You are making it easier for your brain to go there in the future. You are literally strengthening the neural connections associated with that pain. Now, you might be thinking, but I do not want to remember these things. I am not choosing to think about them. They just pop into my head. And you are absolutely right. This is not a conscious choice. This is your brain's automatic system at work. Your brain has something called the default mode network. This is the part of your brain that becomes active when you are not focused on anything specific. When you are daydreaming, when you are lying in bed before sleep, when you are in the shower. During these moments, your default mode network starts scanning through your memories, especially unresolved emotional experiences. It is trying to make sense of them. It is trying to find patterns. It is trying to protect you from future harm. But in doing so, it keeps bringing up the very things you want to forget. So how do you break this cycle? How do you actually let go? The answer is not what most people think. You cannot force yourself to forget. You cannot just decide to stop thinking about something. In fact, trying not to think about something usually makes it worse. There is a famous psychology experiment where people were told not to think about a white bear. What happened? They could not stop thinking about white bears. The more they tried to suppress the thought, the more it invaded their mind. This is called ironic process theory, and it explains why trying to forget actually reinforces the memory. Your brain has to keep checking to make sure you are not thinking about the thing, which means you keep thinking about it. Instead of trying to forget, you need to change your relationship with the memory. You need to teach your brain that this memory is no longer a threat, that it is just information from the past, not a current danger. And this is where something remarkable happens in your brain. There is a process called memory reconsolidation. Every time you recall a memory, your brain actually pulls it out of storage and reconstructs it. For a brief window of time, that memory becomes unstable, like a file that is open and can be edited. Then your brain saves it again. This is why your memories are not perfect recordings. They change slightly every time you remember them. You add details. You remove details. You mix in other information. Your memories are constantly being rewritten. And this is your opportunity. When you recall a painful memory, you have a chance to change how your brain stores it. But you have to do it intentionally. Here is how. When that painful memory comes up, do not push it away. Do not try to distract yourself. Instead, acknowledge it. Say to yourself, yes, this happened. This is a memory from my past. Then, and this is crucial, remind yourself that you are safe right now. In this present moment, you are okay. The threat is over, the pain is over, you survived. Your brain needs to learn that thinking about this memory does not mean you are in danger. Every time you recall the memory while feeling safe in the present moment, you are teaching your brain to disconnect the memory from the fear response. You are weakening that neural pathway. You are covering that trail in the forest with grass. But there is more. You also need to create new pathways. This is where most people get stuck. They focus so much on the past that they forget to build a future. Your brain needs new experiences, new emotions, new memories to focus on. If your mental trails only lead to painful places, that is where your brain will keep going. But if you start creating new trails, ones that lead to joy, connection, growth, and meaning, your brain will naturally start favoring those paths instead. This is not about toxic positivity or pretending the pain did not happen. This is about balance. This is about giving your brain alternatives. Think about someone who goes through a difficult breakup. For months, their brain is dominated by memories of that person. Everything reminds them of what they lost. But then slowly, they start doing new things. They join a class. They reconnect with old friends. They discover a new hobby. They travel somewhere they have never been. And gradually, their brain starts forming new emotional memory networks, new pathways, new trails. The old memories do not disappear, but they no longer dominate. They no longer have the same emotional charge. This is letting go. Not forgetting, but releasing the emotional grip. There is also something called the Zeigarnik effect. This is the psychological tendency for your brain to fixate on unfinished or unresolved tasks. Your brain does not like loose ends. It wants closure. It wants resolution. This is why you can forget a movie you watched last week, but still think about a conversation that ended abruptly 5 years ago. Your brain sees that as unfinished business. It keeps bringing it up because it is trying to find a way to resolve it. To let go, you sometimes need to create your own closure. This does not mean contacting someone who hurt you or forcing a resolution that is not possible. It means finding a way to tell yourself that this chapter is complete. Some people write letters they never send. Some people create rituals to symbolize the end of something. Some people simply say out loud, "I release this. I am choosing to close this chapter." Your brain responds to these symbolic acts. It accepts them as a signal that the story is over. Here is where we reach the heart of everything. Letting go is not about forgetting the past. It is not about pretending something did not hurt. It is about teaching your brain that the moment is over and you survived. It is about recognizing that holding on is not protecting you anymore. It is limiting you. Every moment you spend replaying the past is a moment you are not fully present in your life right now. Every bit of mental energy you use to carry old pain is energy you cannot use to create something new. Your brain has limited resources. It can only focus on so much at once. When your mind is constantly pulled backward, you cannot move forward with your full strength. And here is the beautiful part. Your brain is capable of incredible change. This ability is called neuroplasticity. It means your brain can rewire itself throughout your entire life. The pathways that feel so strong right now, the ones that automatically pull you back to painful memories, those pathways can weaken. New pathways can form. You are not stuck with the brain you have today. You are constantly shaping it with your thoughts, your focus, your actions. Every time you choose to redirect your attention from rumination to presence, you are rewiring your brain. Every time you practice self-compassion instead of self-criticism, you are changing your neural patterns. Every time you acknowledge a painful memory without letting it consume you, you are teaching your brain a new way of processing the past. This does not happen overnight. Your brain built these pathways over time, and it takes time to build new ones. But it does happen. Week by week, month by month, you will notice that the past has less power over you. The memories will still be there, but they will feel different, lighter, more distant, like something that happened to you, not something that is happening to you. This is freedom. Not the absence of memories, but the absence of their control over your present life. So what does this mean for you right now, in your own life? It means that if you are struggling to let go of something, you are not weak, you are not broken, you are human, and your brain is doing what it was designed to do. But you are also more powerful than you realize. You have the ability to change how your brain processes the past. You have the ability to create new trails in the forest of your mind. You have the ability to choose where you direct your attention and your energy. Letting go is not a single moment of release. It is a practice. It is a series of small choices, repeated over time, that gradually shift your brain toward freedom. It is acknowledging the pain without feeding it. It is honoring your past without living in it. It is recognizing that you are not defined by what happened to you, but by how you choose to move forward from it. Your mind is extraordinary. It has carried you through every difficult moment of your life. It has protected you, warned you, and helped you survive. And now, it can help you thrive. By understanding how your brain works, by working with it instead of against it, you can free yourself from the weight of the past. You can create space for new experiences, new joy, new growth. You can finally, truly, let go. If this changed how you see your own mind, watch the next video to understand how your brain forms emotional attachments and why some people are harder to forget than others.